now.
Howdy, and welcome into Football Frenzy, brought to you by McCloskey Kessler in our Round 2 playoff edition. This week's teams from the area are desperately trying to avoid a heartbreak and extend their seasons to the quarterfinals, but let's start things out in 1A. The 9-seeded Rockford Lutheran Crusaders hosting a confident 1-seeded Leroy Panthers at home at Rockford Lutheran, and they like to run the ball. So Leroy hands it off early to their fullback as he gets loose, rumbling and bumbling down the field. Lutheran having to track him down from behind. That will lead to this slick, fake pitch handoff for the score to get on the board. 7-3 lead for Leroy. Then, after a botched snap on the punt by Lutheran, Leroy gets a short field advantage, and they punch it in to make it 14-3 early. Second quarter now, Lutheran trying to get something going. Pitch it to Gavin Sanders, who's going to throw it as David Ballard catches this one off the defender's back. Possibly the play of the year for Lutheran, but Leroy's run game is just too much for the Crusaders, as 1A's best in Leroy is just too much in the end, and they win in this one by a final of 53-29. The Stockton Blackhawks hosting the perennial state power Lee win in another 1A action. Second quarter, after Stockton's getting ready for this game, they hand off the ball, and how about the defense from Stockton reading that play, getting stuffed near the line of scrimmage. Not too often you see that happening to the Panthers, but that doesn't matter. 2 plays later, it's Alex Schlichting running on the outside along the sideline. Goodbye. Nothing but green ahead of him, and that's a touchdown for the Panthers as they go up 22-0. Later on in the second, the Panthers are on the move again. What's new? And this time it's Aiden Wild running up the sideline, a little somersault here. He thinks he's in, but they mark him just shy after the somersault on the goal line. Next play, Wild ends up finding the end zone, this time toppling through some defenders as Stockton falls to Lena Winslow 44-14. Moving up to some big old 4A play as Boylan hosts Coal City. The Kohlers, Boylan attempting to punt on a 4th down on their first drive, but the snap goes way over Charlie Mayer's head on the 4th down to set up a Kohlers first and goal from the 5-yard line. And on the very next play, Coal City's Landon Benson punches it in for 6, and the Kohlers start the game with a 7-0 cushion over the Titans. What a way to start it, which they are pleased with. The Titans having the ball again. And they continue their solid drive with this Jaden Williams pass to Eli Davis on 3rd down, falling 1 yard shy from the 1st down, leading to a Boylan field goal attempt. But Zeke Nunez here is unable to make the field goal to inch the Titans in closer as Boylan's season comes to an end against Coal City Kohlers 33-10. Belvedere North in a rematch of their Round 2 win over Wakanda last year. It's almost like we're in the same position starting off in the second half. The Blue Thunder leads 7-3, but now some pressure on him. Jackson Rudolph with a 50-yard touchdown, and B North trails by 3. How about that? But on the response, a big kickoff return gets them into the red zone, and they turn to one of their best playmakers, Ben Bucher. And just like that, it's a 14-10 Blue Thunder lead. We're kind of back on offense now, trying to make something happen with the rare pass as Noah Rooney makes him pay with the house call. 21-10 game now in the 3rd quarter. This was just a 7-point game last year, so a huge play from the junior to go up by 2 scores. And no one's having a better second half than number 22. A fumble recovery and 2 pick sixes to put his squad in prime position for the trip to the quarterfinals. Xavier McElroy puts a bow on this one. Look at the effort pushing the pile across the goal line. Belvedere North is galloping into the quarterfinals, 28-10, the final.
I mean, we knew it was going to be a close game coming in. We knew they were good. We played them last year. And on that pick, we knew exactly what they were going to do. Their quarterback, and they had their B-back roll out. It killed us last year. And we knew it was coming, so this year we unscrewed us outside backers, and we were just set up right for it. Just love football. We love playing together. And we all love each other, all pushing in the same direction.
Now over to some 8-man action as the West Carroll Thunder are playing the Polo Marcos. First quarter, the unbeaten Marcos were scoring early and often. Kalen Goldbranson finds a big hole near midfield, and he's taking it all the way untouched for the score. And Polo is just getting tuned up after that one. Soon after, it's Polo's quarterback who stays red hot, Gus Mumford, keeping it and taking it for pay dirt. And the Marcos keep going, and they can't stop, won't stop. Marcos put up 38 points in the quarter, This time they score on defense, stopping Wes Carroll. It's Noah Dewey bringing the pressure, and that leads to a pick six for Damon Rowe. Polo wins this one, 66-0. What a frenzy tonight, and we'll have a final look at your forecast after the break. Howdy, howdy. The playoff matchup of the day came between the reigning 3A state champion Byron Tigers and the Montini Broncos as they were ready for a thrilling rematch from last year's playoffs. The Tigers were locked in, loaded, ready to unleash from the jungle at Montini Catholic, and that showed on the first drive as quarterback Israel Abrams throws this heave downfield that's picked off by Andrew Talbert to get Byron going. But jumping ahead to Byron's first offensive drive now, Talbert looking downfield to pass, and he's picked off by Vince Irian, and this game was a dogfight, tied at 0 in the first half. But in the third quarter, senior running back Jeremiah Peterson breaks some tackles here and finds some daylight, gazelling across the field with some blockers to get to the Byron 15, which led to another handoff to Peterson here for the touchdown to put the Broncos up 7-0. The Tigers in need of something big on third down on their next drive as Dawson Criddle picks up the huge gain, but is ruled out of bounds at about the 15. No worries, though, as Andrew Talbert takes matters into his own hands to tie the game at 7 apiece here, diving into the end zone. Fourth quarter now. Byron forces a short Montini field goal that Owen Berberich whiffs, but the refs call a roughing the kicker to give Montini a new set of downs, and it's another Jeremiah Peterson touchdown, giving the Broncos a 14-7 lead with 2 minutes remaining. Tigers with their backs against the wall, 30 seconds to go. Criddle gets a huge burst of energy to set up this Braden Knoll touchdown, running it in for 6 with 10 seconds remaining. Jeff Boyer and the Tigers go for the 2-point conversion to win it, and Braden Knoll falls inches short from the goal line as Byron's incredible and historic run comes to an end. Yeah, hate to see it, Anthony. Obviously, Byron losing by 1, and terrible loss for the Tigers.
I mean, what was the atmosphere like? It must have been just electric.
It was
between those
electric,
two schools.
but it just sucks to see Byron's historic run come to an end with how disciplined those kids were all year long and how much they really wanted it.
And definitely, as we saw just in the regular season, it was the BNC for Byron. It was their conference and a tough one with Montini. But, I mean, tough loss for them. But that is what you want to see in these playoff games, just how neck and neck it is. I mean, literally came down to the last play.
Yeah, seriously.
And, coming up tonight at 10, you're going to have some more of those games, aren't you, Josh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot more football frenzy games coming up.
All righty, thanks so much.